So you can play your own music in the background. If you are, please remember to mute yourself. And let's get started. So first of all, just come in a comfortable seated position. Your spine upright, shoulders down, just arriving on your mat. So let go of the day ahead. Forget why you're here, as you are here now. And then connect with your breath. So just notice it, don't change it. Notice if it's in the chest or the belly. If it's deep or shallow. Is it fast or slow? So as this is the start of the new year, we're going to be working on our maybe resolution or intentions for this new year by repeating some affirmation. And I take a nice deep breath in through the nose, into the belly. And then breathe out through the mouth. And again, breathe in, deep breath into the belly. Expand the belly as much as you can. And then big sigh of relief. One last time. And come back into your physical body and now scan your body for any areas of tension. And if you find tension, release it now. And then fully back into our bodies. We're going to start in butterfly pose. So bring the sole of the feet together in front of you. Let the knees drop to the side. So you can bring the feet as close to you as you want. And if you want, you can also place blocks in between the legs. And you can rest your forehead on top of your blocks. Bring the arms on top of your ankles, palms facing up. And really let your head be really heavy. Just really let gravity pull you down. It's first thing in the morning, you're probably feeling really stiff and they might not reach your blocks just yet. That's okay. With time, gravity will pull you down. And I would like you to repeat, I release my past and I welcome joyously the new year. I release my past and welcome joyously the new year. Just release all muscle tension. Let yourself be really heavy. Also pay attention to the sensations. You're probably feeling sensations in your lower back, the middle of your back, maybe your upper back, maybe in your legs. Just take the time to notice the sensations. And repeat your affirmation. I release the past and welcome joyously the new year. Remember your breath. It should be the same, long, deep and smooth into the belly throughout the class. Now turn the palms of the hands to face the floor. Bring the hands back towards you to push against it to lift the chest up. Remove the blocks. And now you're going to place the right foot next to the left hip, underneath the left leg. Place it as much as you can over to the left. And then place the left foot next to the right hip. So the knees are stacked up on top of each other. The left knee is on top of the right knee. If this is not accessible to you, you can always keep the left knee up with the left foot flat on the mat. Remember, don't go too far. And again, bring the blocks in front of you. Find the height that's going to work for you. Place both hands on either side of the block and then rest the forehead on top of your blocks. So this is really can be very challenging, so make sure you find your edge before coming into the pose. Maybe you need to rise, put more blocks. You could always use the bolster and place it in front of you in this manner, if that's easier for you. And then breathe where you feel the most sensations. So you're going to feel a lot of sensation in your glutes, your IT band. Breathe into it. And I would like you now to repeat this affirmation. My priorities are clear. My priorities are clear. So maybe you can ask yourself, what are your priorities for this new year? Completely release in this pose. And then check with your breath, make sure it is still long, deep and smooth. If it's changed, if it's shorter, faster, then it means you've gone a little bit too far. And that's okay, you can just step back a little bit, maybe by adding another block. And repeat again, my priorities are clear. And then turn the palms to face down, push with the hands, lift the chest back up. Let's remove the blocks out of the way, extend the legs in front. Hands behind you, fingers pointing forward. And then drop the knees from side to side. And then bring the knees back through center. And now we're going to do the other side, the other way around. So place first the left leg underneath the right leg and placing the left foot next to the right hip. And then you're going to place the right foot over to the left, next to the left hip. Make sure you're seated on both sit bones. So push the left foot out of the way. The knees are stacked up. The left knee is on top of the right knee. Bring the blocks back in front of you. And when you're ready, just rest the forehead on top of your blocks. So make sure you find your edge to be able to hold the pose and stay still for the next few minutes. If you need to keep the right knee up, remember, keep it up. That's okay. And repeat, my potential is infinite. My potential is infinite. Or limitless, sorry, I should say. My potential is limitless. Again, let yourself be really heavy. No muscle tension. Breathe where you feel the most sensation. Of course, you should never feel pain. You might feel discomfort, but if you're feeling real pain, then please come out of the pose. Notice if the sensations are the same on this side compared to the other one. We always have a side that's a little bit more challenging than the other. Just notice that it's becoming easier as you let yourself go in the pose. Checking with your breath. And then push with the hand and then lift the chest back up. Remove the blocks out of the way. And then extend both legs in front of you. Place the hands behind you, fingers pointing forward. And then just move the knees from side to side again. Bring the knees back through center. And now extend the legs in front of you to come into caterpillar. So you can either place your blocks between your legs or use your bolster or cushion. It's just rolled off. And then you're going to lean forward and rest your forehead on top of the bolster. Bring the hands alongside the legs on either side. And again, let gravity pull you down. And just repeat, I am a force of good in the world. I am a force of good in the world. And just observe the sensation, what's happening for you also in this pose. Take the time to observe your breathing. Are you only having physical sensations, or are you also having emotional, or maybe mental emotions? Sensations, even. And then turn the palms of the hands to face down. Walk the hands back towards you to lift the chest back up. So go very slow. Remember, transitions are very important. You can remove your bolster or your break blocks out of the way. Bring the feet back. And then let's come into child's pose. So open the knees, mat width distance apart. Big toes to touch. Come and sit on your heels, extend the arms forward. You could always use a block and to rest your forehead on it, on top of it. If you don't need it, just rest the forehead on the mat. And once you find your comfortable pose, just repeat, my life is full of prosperity and abundance. My life is full of prosperity and abundance. So what does this mean for you? My life is full of prosperity and abundance. Really let your hips be heavy. Let your chest melt between the shoulders, your belly coming closer to the mat. Breathe into the belly. And then on your next in-breath, lift the head, look forward, and you're going to come and rest on the belly. So bring the chest forward, extend the legs back. And then bend the right knee, grab hold of the right foot with the right hand. So you can either rest your forehead on top of your left forearm, or if you prefer to keep the chest up, you can rest on your left forearm. So whichever way works for you. Just release in that pose and then repeat. I spend my time on what matters the most for me, I spend my time on what matters the most for me. So what matters the most for you? You could ask. So we're not pulling the foot towards us, we're simply holding on to it. And then no muscle tension, we don't want to use any muscles. Just try to relax actually all the muscles in your legs, in your lower back, everywhere. Keep focusing on breathing into the belly, even if it's a little bit more challenging when we lie on our back. on our belly. Sorry, just realized I said the wrong thing. Now release the right foot and bring both forearms on top of each other and rest your forehead on top of your forearms. Just taking a little time to observe the effects of this last pose. On the right side of the body. And now we're going to swap side. So bend the left knee, grab hold of the left foot with the left hand and rest your forehead on top of the right forearm. Or if you want, you can lift the chest and use the right forearm to keep yourself lifted. So it's entirely up to you. And now repeat, I am motivated and full of energy. I am motivated and full of energy. So what are you motivated for? What do you want to spend your energy on? Remember to relax all the muscles in your legs. You're only holding on to the foot, you're not pulling it. I am motivated and full of energy. Check your breath. Make sure it is still long, deep and smooth. And now release the foot. And again, place both forearms on top of each other. Rest the forehead on top of your forearms. Just observing the effect of this last pose on the left side of your body. And now you're going to turn onto your back. Take your time to move on your back. Keep the knees bent. Open the arms in cactus. And then you're going to push with the feet against the mat to move your hips slightly to the right. And place the right leg on top of the left leg, as if you're crossing your legs on a chair. And then drop both knees over to the left. So if this is too much for you, you can always place a block, or one or two, or a cushion underneath your knees. Just to release a little bit of the pressure. So you can either stay looking at the ceiling. Sometimes it's more comfortable to turn your head over to the right. And then repeat in your head, when I think about this past year, I am really proud of myself. Looking back on the last year, I am really proud of myself. So even if you haven't had such a great year, or you think that, I am certain there's something you're proud about yourself. Make sure the legs are heavy. So what is happening in your body in this pose? Where are you feeling the most sensations? What is it triggering? Pay attention to your breath. Bring your head back through center, lift the knees back through center, and cross your legs, and remember to bring your pelvis back through center. Keep the arms in cactus, going straight into the other side. So pushing with the feet, just move your hips slightly over to the left. Bring the left leg on top of the right leg, as if you're crossing your legs. And then let both knees drop over to the right. Again, you can place a block underneath your knees if that makes it a little bit easier. Don't overdo it. Find your edge so you can hold the pose and stay still. Again, you can turn your head in the opposite direction. And then you can repeat, I allow myself to dream big. I allow myself to dream big. What would that be like for you in this new year? You can let the legs be really heavy. Release any tension in the legs, in the lower back. Pay attention to the sensations. Can you notice any differences between this side and the other one? Pay attention to your breath. And now bring your head back through center, lift the knees back up and cross your legs. Bring the pelvis back through center. Bring the arms alongside the body to come in your final pose. Shavasana, extend the legs, let the feet drop to the side. Bring the chin a little bit in. And completely let go. So notice how you're feeling now. Not only physically, but also mentally. How are you feeling about the new year? How are you feeling about your intention and resolutions for this new year? And if you didn't have any before this course, maybe you do now. How does that make you feel? Notice what has changed compared to when you first got on the mat, arrived on the mat. Just reflect on this. What happened in the past hour? When you're ready, and only when you're ready, roll onto the right side, using your hands as a pillow. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, use the left arm to push yourself back up into a seated position of your choice. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands in Namaste. With the thumbs in front of your heart. Thank yourself for looking after your well-being, physical, mental, and emotional. I hope maybe if you didn't have any resolution or intention for this new year, they're clearer and you know what you're going to spend your time on and focus and make them your priorities. And hopefully that includes practicing more yoga. Thank you so much and Happy New Year again. Namaste.